Good evening. Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to give folks a few more minutes after the hour to jump on. Hey there, Miss BGE. I love her lipstick. That's why I always shout her out. Hey there. So we're going to give folks a few more minutes to jump on the call. Thank you all for being early. There's a special prize for folks who are early. We appreciate that. I'm taking a screenshot right now so no one else can say that they were a part of it when they really were not. So special treats are coming. You know I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. I got all of you captured. All righty. So we'll just give folks a few more minutes to log in. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
Hi, Karan. I practice saying your name.
Yes, hi. You said it lovely.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
We're going to give it a couple. We have a jam-packed agenda. We're very excited. Spring is coming. Events are starting to happen. Good evening. Good evening. For those just joining, we will be starting in a few more minutes. Good evening, Mr. Boyd. How are you?
Awesome. How's it going?
Oh, well, very well. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. Please take note that this meeting is being recorded. And we will get started in just a few more minutes. I know there are some folks who are speaking and they have not joined us yet, and they're going to be at the top of the hour. So just give us a couple more minutes. Let me check the chat. Checking the chat tonight will be crucial. There are a lot of events that are coming up, so make sure you check the chat for some great events that are coming up. I'm going to put one in now for Preakness Festival, which highlights all of the activities that are going to be taking place starting this Saturday and more pointedly the week from the George Spider Anderson Festival starting May 10th up through Preakness and actually a little bit after Preakness. So check out this link while we wait to start the meeting. And also, I mentioned that the meeting is going to be recorded, and that is also for folks who just to make sure that your lines are muted when you aren't speaking, but also for those who couldn't join tonight, they will have access to view the recording later. And I'll put my contact information in the chat. Okay, before we get started, Tameka, your presence, does that mean you'd like to speak earlier rather than later? And if not, no worries, just checking in.
Hi, Janelle. I'm sorry I didn't catch all of what you said. Good evening.
I said your presence now, does that mean you would prefer to speak sooner rather than later, or we keep it around the same time we discussed?
Oh, yeah, we can keep it around the same time we discussed.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep. Thank you.
I know life comes at us fast.
Yes.
All righty, we have 12 people waiting to come in. Let's admit them all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've been waiting for you. We're very excited to have you. We're going to kick this meeting off. And if any folks who need to be admitted, don't hesitate to let them in. We are one big happy Park Heights family. And I am looking for one of guests who wanted to speak this evening. All right. Well, we're going to kick this off. I'm going to turn on my camera and tell me if there's enough light. I feel like there's enough daylight that I don't have to do the overhead light. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, it is Wednesday, April 16th, 2025, and you have joined the awesome Park Heights Renaissance community meeting. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to kick this meeting off with a wonderful request that any of our elected officials and leaders who are on the call, if you could please introduce yourself to the community we have here. I'm looking out, looking out. All right. I'll call out. Jasmine, did you want to introduce your office?
Yes, thank you so
Okay.
much, Miss
I was like,
Brown. Um, yes. This is Jasmine Barnes. I'm from Vice President Middleton's office of the 6th District. Thank you all so much for having me this evening.
You're very welcome. We will also be having a presentation by none other than Senator Antonio Hayes. So I'm looking for the word that he will be on this call. So we're going to get started with a community spotlight. That's a feature that we like to continue with all of our Park Heights Renaissance meetings. The community spotlight is shining a spotlight on a member, a business within the Park Heights community that is doing extraordinary things, as many of us are. So there won't be a shortage of community spotlights. I can assure you of that. Tonight's very first community spotlight will go towards someone who had a vision and that vision came to light. And we are very excited about what this person has been able to do and very excited about what they're planning to do. But before I introduce this person, I just want to put the caveat that if Senator Hayes joins the call, we will divert to his presentation because I believe he has another meeting to run to, and the person has already been briefed that that could happen. So we'll just continue the spotlight. So are there any other elected officials or community leaders who joined the call since I first made the invitation? Looking around the room. All of you are very important, just FYI. Okay.
This is Rebecca Mark with Mayor Scott's Office of Community Affairs. Not going to be too long on here, so we want to keep the agenda going. But just another shout out for the spring cleanup this Saturday. Did somebody already talk on that?
No, nope.
Okay.
We're gonna get to community events, but it's good that you mentioned it because that was not on my list. So
Okay, great. I'll put it in the chat and we'll talk about it later. But this is just wanted to say hello to everyone and good evening on behalf of Mayor Scott's office.
thank you so much, Rebecca.
Of course.
All righty. Well, without further ado, let's get to the community spotlight. And again, this meeting is being recorded. So for persons who weren't able to attend tonight, they will be able to review the footage at a later time. So I'm very excited. About, I don't know, maybe a year ago, I was first approached by this person who had a vision to provide a service to students in the community, a need, and they wanted to figure out a way to address it. Well, it took a little bit of negotiating, compromising, and I'll let him use the big word that we all like to use in the part Renaissance. But he was able to finally see that vision come to light earlier this month. And that person is none other than Brandon Boyd with the Park Heights Barbershop. Yay! Woo! So Brandon Boyd is on the call tonight, and I would like Brandon just to give us a few words about what it felt like to achieve the goal that he had of providing haircuts for students in the Park Heights community. And you are muted, Brandon. Let me unmute you if you're unable to do so.
How
There
about
we
now?
go.
I said all caps, it felt awesome.
Yay.
And it's just the beginning.
And what was your motivation to provide a service like that?
Not everybody in the Park Heights community can afford a haircut. So since I have the ability to spread that opportunity, I want to continue to do that.
Brandon, good evening. Can you give a little overview of your vision and what you were able to accomplish? I think it would be helpful. Some of us know, but can you just give a
Yes.
introduction of who you are, where you're located, and then give us an overview of where you are today, please.
So I'm Brandon Boyd, owner of Park Heights Barbershop. And I grew up in the Park Heights community. And now that I have the opportunity to meet these kids and hear their stories, some of them, their parents can't afford a $10, $20 haircut. So me having multiple barbershops, I'm able to step in and provide haircuts. And with this last opportunity, I had a partnership with the Baltimore Beauty and Barber School, and 8 of their students came out and provided 16 haircuts at Park Heights Academy.
Nice. So you're going out to the
16 free
schools?
haircuts.
Is this happening at the schools or at your shop?
It's going to be a combination of both. And yesterday, Tarana introduced me to the director of Tawanda Recreation Center.
Mm-hmm.
We also going to set some things up down here.
Nice. Very exciting. And again, just another partner helping to accomplish those small goals that we look at as small, but empowering our youth is a great opportunity. We also look forward to uh, Brandon continuing to grow his capacity, not only as a business in Park Heights with a long history. Barbershop has a very long history, rich with many stories and experiences, but we're also looking forward to where you're going and your vision for providing training for kids over time. So I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but just Brandon's story is one of many in Park Heights of working with what we have, having a vision, having a passion, and taking step by step and working to collaborate to provide these services and additional experiences for our youth here in Park Heights. So big kudos.
Yes, yes, yes,
Deborah has a hand up.
she does. I was gonna ask right now. Mr. Bohr, you ready?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Well, part of my question is what you already said, Yolanda, was, I'm thinking about apprenticeship program. I think for male and females, how that can turn into a business. So that's what I was going to ask. Getting a free haircut is fine. There's an old proverb, you know, you give a person a piece of fish, give a person a fish, you can feed them for a day. But if you teach them how to fish, they can feed themselves for a lifetime. So teaching them a skill, that they can use. That's my question. Is that part of? And I heard that from Yolanda. So
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
thank you.
Brandon, did you want to speak more about? Go ahead. Sorry.
yes. I currently have a master barber on my team and senior cosmetologist that could help with apprenticeships.
Okay.
That's
So
great.
Brandon will be one of the partners in the community that we uh, continue to focus on to help him get that structure and foundation to support that vision. So he's given his progress. We all know that he's really interested in how to train up the future master barbers and cosmetologists. So we're really looking forward to, as a collective, helping spread the word about the barbershop and identifying funding sources and continue partnerships to grow that vision for sure. And I'm sure he could use all the partnerships and support he can.
Yes, thank you.
Brandon, did you want to give the address of the barbershop and mention the greatest word that you've heard?
5114 Park Heights Avenue. And I believe you're asking about collaboration over competition.
Oh,
That part. Thank you so, so much.
it's a journey, but every step counts. And as you can see, we are in support, and I know that there are others in support and we should all become accustomed to like sharing what we're doing here in Park Heights, because much of the help you need might be right here with some of the people that are on the call and right here in the community.
There's a Tabitha Lynette with her hand raised.
Hey, Tabitha.
You are muted right now.
Did you want to speak? Your hand is raised. Oh, okay.
Hello, good
Hello.
evening. Hi.
How are you?
I just want to expand on Park Heights Barbershop. That's like the staple in this community. Me being born and raised, I know I don't look it, but over 50 years, it'd be 51.
No way.
And at one time, I remember that particular script, um, I can say from Northern Parkway all the way up until Garrison Boulevard. They call it the $1 Million Block at one time. And if you remember Big John, who owned it for several years and ran it, and actually he was a community member, not only an entrepreneur, but did many good changes. And we are I've met Brandon. I know I've been there, but that's just one of the many staples. And then you have new entrepreneurs, Mr. Tavon Wilson. Yes, I'm calling you out, Tavon. He's on this meeting tonight to try to build that up. And when you speak about our children, when you think about it, that's a great outlet to show them to own a business, what entrepreneurship is about. It's just it's even though what's going on right now, there are still so many positive things that we can do for our community. So I just wanted to expand on that. Hello, everyone. Hello, Yolanda. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Happy Holy Week, happy Passover, happy Easter. Everyone take care. Thank you.
Thank you. And I share those sentiments of that barbershop. Been in there a time or two when I was younger. A lot of good history for sure. We look forward to the Brandon shop is in our Main Streets district. Just as a reminder, we got designated Main Street in May 2024. So from Shirley Avenue all the way up to Garrison now is our target. We are very focused and just getting started on business grants to help our current businesses build capacity and take the necessary steps to be in position to grow their revenue and attract more customers as we get further into this. So not only is Brandon focusing on a programmatic area that we all care about, which is our youth in Park Heights, but he's also a business owner, one of the businesses that we hope to see grow and expand in our Main Streets district to bring it back to those days, Tabitha, when it was a bustling economic section up there in Park Heights, and we see that vision coming back to life. So very excited.
Now, since the start of the call, I see that there's a representative from Delegate Stinnett's office and also Delegate Malcolm Ruff on the call. Would either of you like to say a few words?
Absolutely. How's everybody doing? This is Kelly Bigelow. How are you all? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Here, let me show my face real quick.
Hey,
So, how's
Kelly.
everybody? I know some of you all. I am in a new capacity. I am the constituency and community partnership liaison for Delegate Sean Stinnett, who was newly installed for the 41st district. So, hello, Park Heights. Now,
Hi.
I am not originally from Park Heights.
That's okay. Live, work, play, worship.
Hey, I came up off of North Bedloe Street.
Hey.
But my family hails from the west side. So if any of you all know any of the Dobson clan, I'm a Dobson, Harold Dobson, Vernon Dobson,
Gotcha.
Tamara, my peoples. But I hung out on Park Heights. And Park Heights is vast and wide. And I don't think it gets the true embracement that it deserves. Because I mean, from behind Sinai, most people don't know that area of Park Heights is zoned for Mount Washington Elementary School. And then you have all the flavor of all the big row homes, coming up and down from right where Garrison is on down. So Park Heights is huge with all its neighborhoods. And anything that the delegate can do for awareness, resources, he wanted me to communicate to you all that, he puts community first because it dictates a thriving commerce. And you're talking about the barbershop. That's always been a crux of our community. Work, not only do you get work done, getting your head tightened up, but it's community. There's a lot of problem resolving and resolution that happens in
fellowship, learnings. Yeah.
So kudos to you all for embracing your not only entrepreneurial side of things, but understanding that, Park Heights is a gem and folks want to be in Park Heights. Don't get it twisted. We see what's coming. It's here. And
Prime real estate.
that part. And if anybody's been paying attention, Baltimore has experienced growth for the first time in 20 years. So look at the demographics of that growth and move accordingly. So anything, I'm here to let you all know, please, I put the delegate's email in chat. I'm going to put my cell phone in chat. And one of the things that I want to bring my technical project management skills to is helping community organizations organize technical aspects for when you have in-person meetings. Do you need somebody to help you run the technical aspect? Collecting your own data for your own community because everybody's not online, canvassing, collecting. We have a lot of elders who are retired professors, retired construction people, retired Baltimore City workers, and those are the people who have the knowledge of the inner workings of the city. You know, find out who in your neighborhood knows about bond initiatives, how to
I'm gonna
capitalize.
sign you up. So
Uh-oh,
you've hit. I'm gonna have Janelle follow up with you. But
that's all I
we
wanted to say.
are working to roll out community leadership initiative where we are going to be working with the community leaders, helping them also build capacity, bring learnings, as you just mentioned. So you see why I'm just going to sign you up and see how we can partner and for you to support in that, because it is definitely, we have, just as a reminder, guys, this is the largest urban renewal area. So we're unique in a lot of ways that we have. Everybody has neighborhood associations in their community, but we have a lot. We have 12 neighborhoods, and that doesn't mean just one neighborhood leader per neighborhood. So as much as we can support those leaders who do the hard work and help them expand their capacity, that's what we are aiming for, really to strengthen in 2025. So just teasing you, but we definitely will put you down as a resource partner. We'd like to hear more of your ideas as we walk out that initiative, but totally agree with you. And thank you for that spotlight on Park Heights. And tell the delegate we look forward to continuing working together and strengthening that partnership.
Before we move, this is Tarina. Good evening again, everyone. Before we move on, I just wanted Kelly to know that I did put the information for the delegate scholarship into the chat. I didn't know if she wanted to add any context to that, but the information, folks, can be found in the chat.
Absolutely. I'm going to upload and thank you, Tarina. I appreciate that. I'm going to upload the scholarship information as you all are talking. The delegate uh, has a certain amount of money for scholarships. The closing date to apply is May 2nd. I'm going to post all this information. Lobby your delegates and your state senators for, I believe, Dahlia Attar is who you, ATTAR is who you want to ask for money. And Senator, I'm sorry, delegate Senator Dahlia Attar. I got to get used to it. She didn't elevate it. I got to get used to that. Thank you for the correction. The date for closing of applications to submit for Delegate Stinnett is May 2nd. And I will put this information in there. Email. I get the emails that come in, okay? And I can interact with you directly. And there is two scholarships. One is for graduating seniors or college students who are already undergrads. And then there is a memorial scholarship because his cousin unfortunately took her own life, and so there was a memorial scholarship, and that's for any graduating senior or a person who is already at Morgan in the music program. So if you know a graduating senior that's going to be a music major, or if they're already a music major at Morgan, there's that memorial scholarship. So I'm going to upload that information for you all. Thanks, Tarina.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Delegate Ruff, would you like to say a few words? I see, are you in your car?
I am, but I pulled over. I got my seatbelt on, so I'm in compliance. Thank you very much. And good evening, Park Heights, Madam Executive Director, all the staff members and support stakeholders on this call. I'm Delegate Malcolm P. Ruff, and it is my honor to be able to just say a few words off of this most recent legislative session, my second session representing the 41st District, the Fighting 41st District in Annapolis. And it was quite a successful session. First, before I forget, I do want to just make sure that I double down on my good brother, Delegate Stinette's scholarship announcement. As you know, we both hail from West Arlington, so our neighborhood is super represented in the legislature, just across the track from Park Heights. But I did grow up in Park Heights proper on Keyworth and Cottage, so just I represent my hood to the fullest. So my delegate
Madam
scholarship
CEO over here was born on Keyworth as well.
Very good. Very good. That's what's up. So my scholarship is exactly the same. I don't have a memorial scholarship that the specified one that was mentioned. However, all the other aspects apply, and my delegate scholarship application window doesn't close until May the 23rd. I just recently put it out there publicly so I can share that information. But we typically get around $60,000 to spread around the district to folks that are in need of some extra support as they go through their secondary education. So I love to review those applications. I look forward to getting them from all of you. Please spread the word. And that segues into where we will announce the scholarship awardees for my scholarship. And that will happen at my Juneteenth festival, which will take place on June 14th in West Arlington at Pennhurst Park. Again, just across the track. All you got to do is come straight across the track on Garrison and you'll be right there. We did it last year for the first time as a service for the community, and it was amazing. We had about 400 or 500 people throughout the day, vendors, food vendors, small business vendors, resources. I'm certainly inviting Park Heights Renaissance to have a table in our small resource fair, as well as live music this year. We have the one and only Baltimore's own Joy Carter as our headliner, who's going to be performing. You might remember her from Love and Marriage DC. So she rose to fame that way. It's going to be a great time for community. We're going to have a voter registration drive. It's just going to be a wonderful time. So please mark your calendar for June 14th. And also, I just want to give a big, huge shout out to my guy, Brianna Zweku, who is my Director of Constituent Services and Community Engagement. He has been an amazing fresh breath of air for my administration, as he also works with PHR and has just been a great liaison for me, somebody that I can trust will get it done for the community. And I know you all know him well, so please do not hesitate to talk to him about what's going on with my administration. Just a brief touch on what happened in the last session. You all know there's some major issues in Maryland right now. The top two being our state budget deficit, which was at $3 billion and rising at the beginning of the legislative session, as well as these BGE prices and bills, which are just off the chain. So I can tell you that as a member of the budget committee in the House of Delegates, I worked hand in hand with my colleagues, advocating for a budget that was balanced, that would realign our revenue system with our values, and also ensure that we weren't cutting things that we could not stand to bear. So the developmental disabilities community, the cancer research community, those were cuts that I personally advocated to ensure were not cut out of this budget, to make sure that we protected the most vulnerable people. We invested $140 million in small business economic development. And I want to make sure that we're recreating things like Trade Point Atlantic that's out in east part of Baltimore. Here in our district, we have the North American Trade School that I believe is starting to form and is going to be taking space at the Northwest Plaza. Somebody correct me if that is not still on board, but I think that there are opportunities like that that could open up our area for a lot of economic development. I was glad to meet with the the Pimlico Merchants Association last night. Also, we had the opportunity to open up Turnaround Tuesdays at Brown Memorial Church yesterday, which is an organization that gets people re-entering our society from imprisonment to work, and those who are underemployed and those who are unemployed. So I want to see a pipeline created from Brown Memorial in their Turnaround Tuesday program to jobs in the Park Heights area, in the Pimlico Merchants area. We have the infrastructure to make it happen, especially after last session when we made sure that there were particular amendments to the Pimlico redevelopment bill that created a community benefits plan. That was my amendment that I put in, which was I was told to remove that amendment. I was pressured to remove that amendment by all kinds of folks in Annapolis. We stood strong with the community. Yolanda and I were right there in the House of Delegates, fighting, jabbing, sending up uppercuts and right hooks. And at the end of the day, we made sure that that 8-point plan was put in place. And of course, many of you have been involved in the development of the Pimlico area workbook. And we're going to make sure that these projects get funded as they become prepared. So I have my eye on that ball. I'm in there making sure that we get what we deserve. And the last thing I'll say is that as far as bond initiatives are concerned, being on the Appropriations Committee has served very well. Our district, I believe, and I still have to confirm this, received the largest amount of bond initiative grants in the state, at almost $1.6 million. The biggest award went to the WBC CDC, and now we're in the process of figuring out how to recreate what's happening in Park Heights over to the Liberty Heights corridor, over to the Walbrook Junction corridor, over to Edmondson Village. That is the plan. That is the goal, to make sure that this district is thriving. And I know I'm about to get the gong, so I refuse to let the Sandman come get me. Please holler at me. I'm ready, I'm available, and here to lead and serve. And I will continue on this path of protecting the most vulnerable and the most deserving folks in our community. So any questions, I'm here to answer, but please continue the great work that y'all are doing right here on this call. I see you, Miss Sarah. What's going on?
Wait. We gotta wait for Miss Sarah and gotta go to Miss Deborah first.
Real quickly, the scholarships, do they go up to people that want to do that doctoral?
Yes, graduate school is definitely eligible for these scholarship awards.
But doctoral, I mean, if I want to go for my doctorate, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
if you're going to get a PhD,
sure.
Yep.
Okay.
You want to get a JD, you want to be a lawyer like me, come on, let's get it.
Okay.
That sounds like a song. You want to be a lawyer like me? Okay. All right, Miss Sarah.
Good evening, Delegate Ruff. I would just like to remind you that there still is a need for transportation for the older adults, particularly in Park Heights. And hopefully you can find some money and maybe partner with the ex-delegate that you took his place to find some funds so that older adults, as in Chicago and other states, will allow older adults to ride the transportation services for free.
Yeah, Miss Matthews, I will certainly touch base with Deputy Secretary Bridges. We collaborate all the time, and I will see what kind of options he can offer into that vein. I will say, you know, like I mentioned, the $3.3 billion deficit is what we ended up with in the budget this year. And that really required us to do some creative things as far as revenue is concerned. People are really poo-pooing that, you know, calling it a tax, especially the Republican sector of our state. But certainly we have to hold our elders in high regard and ensure that we are taking care of them. That's why part of the community benefits plan regards making sure that seniors can age in place gracefully and with dignity, and make sure that they can maintain their homes and maintain ownership of their homes. So I hear you loud and clear, as I always do, because your voice is loud like a bell, and I will make sure to stay focused on that. And Breon already wrote that down. I already know. I didn't have to check with him.
And lastly, we appreciate the $10 SNAP benefit from the other session, but now that the prices have escalated, especially for retirees, we could use another $10. I know that's probably all we're going to get, but we could use another $10 SNAP benefits for older adults.
And Delegate
Absolutely.
Ruff, before you respond, I just want to let you know Senator Hayes has joined the meeting. So if you want to deflect, you can.
No, it's okay. All right.
Okay.
I was
He's
proud
the man
to be
with the money.
Yeah, big boy, he can have
I was proud to be a co-sponsor of that bill last year. I also sit on the subcommittee on health and social services in appropriations. So that's something I can certainly bring to my chair of that committee, Emily Shetty, who is also the chair of the Democratic caucus for the House of Delegates. So we'll see what we can do. I will propose that and bounce it off with my colleagues and see what kind of appetite there is in the legislature for revisiting that measure and that policy.
Thank you.
Now, I see that Councilwoman Middleton has joined the call. Councilwoman, would you like to say a few words before I turn it over to Senator Hayes?
Yes, thank you. Thank you all. Hello, everyone. I know that Jasmine has been really good at attending meetings. I'm getting back into the swing of things. First of all, you know, I can't thank all of you enough for your condolences and how you have been helping and encouraging me. And I'm now have my sleeves rolled up and I'm getting back into the swing of things. So I appreciate that. And secondly, I'm glad I was able to get on with Delegate Ruff. I would be remiss if I did not mention how wonderful it is to have a strong partnership in the 41st District. Since he's been a delegate, he has touched bases with me almost every week. So I really appreciate that partnership and hoping that it continues to grow, because partnerships with all of the different levels of government is just so very important. I continue to have that strong partnership with Senator Hayes, but it's a breath of fresh air to have a continued relationship and partnership in the 41st District, and I have that with Delegate Ruff. And I guess lastly, I just want to put a blurb in. Last year around this time, I gave a very successful older adult symposium at Gillis Memorial that was so successful that it really was too big for that facility. So I want all of you to lock in the date for Thursday, July 24th for our next District 6 symposium. Is going to be at the Vollmer Center at the Silburn Arboretum. So we're working on that, and more information is going to be coming out about that. And I just want to also give a shout out to Deborah. We had a very good community engagement committee meeting yesterday, also with PHR, and looking forward to all the wonderful things that are continually happening in Park Heights. Again, thanks with the partnership of Park Heights Renaissance. And I'm just so proud to be a member of that board and basically one of the historical members that started out. And under the leadership of Yolanda Jiggets, everything is just moving so smoothly. And I'm so excited about this library coming. We have definitely honed in a month, which is going to be August. So now we're working on that strong, which day in August that's going to happen. So hold tight. Again, this is the chance for the community to put together and talk about what they want in that library. We're at a crucial part of this piece now, and don't bail out. We want things that are going to be beneficial for the residents of Park Heights and all the surrounding areas, because that library is going to service basically all the way to the next library on North Avenue, and then the other library going northwest and west. So just a very crucial part of what's all the things that are about to take place. And the last thing I want to add, I had a very good conversation with our council president, and a lot of you that know me know that apprenticeship has been really in my forefront, being a past director of the state's apprenticeship system, and how finally things are starting to move with apprenticeship programs within Baltimore City agencies. While we're working with our Mayor Brandon Scott and President Cohen, we are really going to be taking things to the next level, especially since our governor has really put apprenticeship on a forefront plan too. And I said all those connects because, again, it's important for us to keep these connections going. It's important to keep the context of history going. And that's how we're going to continue to succeed as we try to surpass what's about to take place with the federal government. And I also want to mention, soon you'll be meeting a new employee that I have hired that is also going to my first Latino employee, and also bilingual. And we know that Park Heights has a very increased Latino population. So this person is bilingual and is going to be working with us, and she's probably going to be assigned heavily also in the Park Heights community. So I'm here to continue to work and help with you and roll up my sleeves and continue to get things moving in Park Heights. Thank you, Yolanda.
Thank you, Councilwoman Middleton and Delegate Ruff and Sean Sinet's office. And you want to turn it over to Senator Hayes?
Yes, Senator Hayes, would you like to present, or do you want a few more minutes?
No, ma'am, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Senator Hayes.
Without further ado, we bring you Senator Hayes.
OMG, that sounds like the setup.
The
No,
best
good evening.
senator in Maryland.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are so kind. Hey, I just always, when I get a chance to talk to the people that I work for, I just want to say thank you all for giving me an opportunity to serve you. Over these last 10 years, it's probably been one of the most rewarding opportunities that I ever had. 10 years ago, I was elected into the House of Delegates in 2014. I took the oath of office in 2015. I served 90 days in the legislature. I came back home, and a week later, a riot broke out in my district, right? And so I was baptized by fire, but it gave me comfort. And even in that time, when all chaos was breaking out on Pennsylvania and North Avenue, I knew that it was neighbors and elders in the community that lived in that senior building right there on the corner of Pennsylvania and North Avenue. And that's where we sought refuge. And I'd never forget You know, shortly thereafter, we had a meeting with the mayor and the health commissioner at that time and the police commissioner. And they were sharing with us, you know, because they were in front of the mayor, all the great things that they were doing. And I totally lost control as a new elected official. And I remember like really breaking down in tears because I had spent so many days with those seniors, whereas that CVS that burnt was their grocery store. It was where those seniors went to go get their prescription drugs, right? And so, although to some people they just lost the store, for the seniors that were bombarded by people coming from all over the city, all over the state, and some from around the world, they felt like they were hostages in their own home. And so we've come a long, long way. And so I'm grateful every day that you all give me an opportunity to serve you and represent your voice in Annapolis. This legislative session, folks, was hard. I will tell you, it was really, really hard. We didn't have a lot. We knew that we were facing a deficit and that we needed to come out of it. What made it even more difficult was the news that we continued to get that was coming out of Washington, D.C. with the new Trump administration. And we're not out of the woods yet. We came into session with a $3 billion deficit. We left with a $15 million surplus, but that surplus is our protection for what we believe that's going to come this fall. And so there's no doubt that we will come back this fall and have a special session because whatever pain that the federal government continued to inflict on our people, the state is going to have to step up in some way. And so we have some money tucked away to help those individuals. I'm running across neighbors all the time that have lost their jobs and lost their lifeline where they thought that the federal government was a safe place for employment. And, you know, they're really struggling. And so this past session, we made some changes to, you know, state employment, making sure it's easier for them to get a job. Although, you know, we made a lot of cuts, we found a way, as many people are going to be struggling with energy bills this summer and this winter. You'll see a rebate that's going to be provided to individuals all across the BG&E service areas. You'll see a discount on your BGE bills that we'll be able to help with. And despite all that was going on in the 40th district, and I'm so blessed to have partners like the vice president of the city council, Sharon Green Middleton, who, you know, no matter what time of the day, at night, a weekend, will call you, let you know what's going on, and figure out strategic ways to partner. And definitely my colleagues in the 41st, we all represent Baltimore City, and we carry Baltimore City on our backs and our shoulders and our hearts. Every day when we go to Annapolis, people are envious at what's taking place in Baltimore. And this year I was proud, even though we had some tight budget times, we still were able to bring home $110 million to the 40th district, and doing things like playgrounds and open up grocery stores and so on and so forth. So every year, and I'll wrap up soon, but every year we meet with our constituents the Saturday before session start. We let you know what we're going to get accomplished. We bring everybody down to Annapolis. Ms. Matthews was there. We let our constituents know what we were able to get accomplished and what we still have to do. And then on this April the 30th, we're going to invite everyone over to Touch Point at Mondawmin and give a report card on what we were able to do and hear from you. What are your priorities in this upcoming session, and what do you want to see us to work on? So April the 30th, please come out to hear what we have going on. If you do not get regular updates from us, please go to antoniohayes.com. We send out resources all the time that community members could use in their neighborhoods, you know, especially in these trying times where a lot of people are struggling financially. One of the things, also our scholarship opportunity, every single person that applied to a scholarship gets a scholarship. So go to antoniohayes.com if you know a young person or individual in your community that's looking to go to school. Every single person that applied gets a scholarship. So go to antoniohayes.com. In May, we're going to start a series where we're going to invite our different agency heads to come and talk to our constituents. So, I mean, we're going to do it every other month. In May, we're going to have the Secretary of Aging come out and talk to our constituents about, you know, what we could do to support an aging population here in Baltimore and throughout our state, and also identify various programs that can help our aging community. In July, we're going to have the Secretary of Veterans Affairs come out. We still have a great deal of veterans that have put their lives on the line for all of us that continue to struggle in our community. And so we want to lift them up and share resources. And then September, we're going to have the insurance administrator talk about, you know, different insurances that you should have to protect yourself. And then we're going to round it out in November with a visit from our health secretary. And by then, we will know the impacts that the Trump-Musk administration has made on Medicaid and other things that our community depend on. And so please stay tuned with us, stay in touch with us, log into antoniohayes.com so you can get frequent updates, and we will be sure to share whatever information and resources that we have. But again, thank you for giving me an opportunity to serve you every day in Annapolis. It's been an honor and a pleasure to do so.
Senator, before you go, this is Tarina. Good
Yep.
evening.
Hey.
Just want to let you know, I did drop in the chat the information for the end of session event. If we can get those other events sent over, then I'll make sure that we drop those in our future meetings as the months move on, so people don't lose sight of those.
Indeed, no problem. And
Thank
we
you.
also, and I thought we was going to meet in person. I had like 500 of these intercession reports, a 7-page
We can
document.
get them though. We can get them and give them out. It'd be great to give them out at our festival as well.
Happy to. We have a 7-page document outlining all that we were able to get accomplished, because we want to have you something in writing so you could hold us accountable for things that we said that we were going to do. And so looking forward, and thank you, Yolanda, for the offer to disseminate that for us. We want to let people know the various resources that are available in the community that they could take advantage of.
Senator Hayes, do you want to give a quick plug about the end of session event?
Yes, the end of session event will be at Touchpoint over at, you all might remember Touchpoint is the former Target over at my Diamond Mall. It's an exceptional resource. They have the PACE program over there. The PACE program literally go to seniors' homes and pick them up and take them so they can age in place. They have nurses and a whole suite of resources over there in the Touchpoint. They also have Care First over there. If you haven't seen their schedule, they often have Zumba classes and yoga class, all of it's for free that you could go to. And so we're going to have it at the Touchpoint on April the 30th. I forget the time. I think it's at 5:30 maybe. But it's going to be on April the 30th. And Tarina said that she put it in the chat, but please,
5:30 is
come out.
correct, Senator.
5:30 on April the 30th at Touchpoint. We're going to feed you because we know that's dinner hour. So we're going to feed you, but make sure we feed not only your stomach, but also feed your mind with resources so you could go back to your community and share that with your neighbors and friends.
And before I go to Ms. Matthews, I just want to do a housekeeping. Please, if there's anything in the chat that you want to capture, please do so. This meeting is being recorded, but I'm not sure if the information in the chat will be captured. So if there are details in the chat that you would like to capture, please do so during this meeting. Many of the flyers that you see will be available on the PHR social media pages, but information directly from an individual, like phone numbers, make sure you capture that information. Ms. Matthews?
Ms. Matthews, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Thank you. Just FYI, you don't have to respond, but this is just an FYI from the older adults in your district. We were not inclusive of the Longevity Maryland plan, and we should have been contacted, but only one person was invited as a guest, but we had no input in that. plan.
What's the plan? Who created the plan? You know?
Maryland Department of Aging.
Good to know. Good to know. And like I said, we're gonna have the secretary on in April, and we could deal with that head on when we have the secretary with us. Thank you, Ms. Matthews.
Sure.
True champion for our seniors. No
That's
matter
right.
what the form where
Wait,
you
wait, wait,
are.
wait. Older adults, you're gonna get in trouble.
Older adults. Older adults. I usually say our aging population or our seasoned population. All right, older adults.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to segue. We have another presentation, but before we get to there, I would like to do some shout outs and also because the call. Very rarely do we get an opportunity to speak with the owners of different businesses within the Park Heights footprint. So the Preakness, as many of you know, will happen. The 150th Preakness Stakes will take place on Saturday, 17th. And you can purchase your tickets at many locations, but we have several vendors on this call right now from whom you can purchase those tickets. So I would like to give
Right here in Northwest Baltimore.
right here in Northwest Baltimore, we have Merrick Thompson of Blue Caribbean. We have Tim Adams of Certified Car Care on the call. I reached out to Kevin of KT's Kitchen, so hopefully he's on the call. And then we also have, I'm waiting for y'all to speak up. No, not yet. Okay, so they'll join us. All right, so first up, Tim Adams, Certified Car Care. Just a couple of words about your business and when people can come in and buy their Preakness tickets.
And or get their car service.
Okay, we can't hear you, but I see that you are not muted. So I'm unsure what's happening with the mic. Okay, while you do that one, I'll go over to Mr. Merrick Thompson of Blue Caribbean. And you are, there you go.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Oh, see, I'm in there right now. I'm in the club right now. So you see it's all sparkly. Oh, what was your question?
When can people come and buy their Preakness tickets and also enjoy the sparkly sparkly?
Well, you can always come in and enjoy the Sparkle Sparkle. We're open from Tuesday to Saturday, from 2 o'clock until 11. All right, so you can come on in, get some. We have a restaurant, so you can get some Caribbean food, some jerk chicken, some curry chicken, some oxtail. You can come all the time.
What
And
about
then on
that
the week,
fish?
and you can get some fish too. Mostly the fish is usually on the weekends from Friday on, but you can come in for that too. All right, and then the club part is on Friday and Saturdays from 9 to 2 a.m. So you can come anytime for that. Now the tickets, I can love to lie to you. I can't lie to you. I would love to say something like, okay, this day, but I don't know the date that they're actually gonna give us the tickets yet. They haven't necessarily told us the exact date we're gonna get the tickets. So I'm
Okay, no worries.
assuming
So we'll just have to come every day.
exactly until we get them, then we get them, So definitely come by anytime. And once we have it, we'll have our Instagram, the Blue Caribbean Instagram, and we'll necessarily put on there the tickets and we also have it on Preakness Day. So anybody that's out that can get around, especially locally, we're having a fish fry on Preakness Day from 2 all night. They have a party all night. So we'll open on there. We'll also have a Preakness party the day before on for Black Eye Susan Day.
That's
So
good
definitely come out
information.
for that.
Yolanda, you had a question?
I wanted to just, if you don't mind, take a few minutes to talk a little bit more about some of the work that's been happening that led up to the businesses having these Preakness tickets.
Sure.
So as you guys know, we've been focused for the last 4 or 5 years, really trying to elevate the Park Heights community during the Preakness. We're working very diligently to support our businesses. This initiative is called Preak Week. A couple of years ago, we were negotiating with the Stronach Group about different ways that they could support economic development and businesses in the Park Heights community. And while this is not just restricted in Park Heights, but Preak Week is an opportunity as a mechanism to collaborate with the Stronach Group to promote sale of tickets for the Preakness event, but it also is a marketing opportunity for these businesses. The goal is to drive new customers and current customers to these businesses right here in our community and across the city. They get featured with some marketing, and they get 2 tickets to the Preakness. So it's another way, a small way for us to try to elevate our businesses. So once we get the full list and the details, as Merrick said, I think the tickets are coming out later, late in April. But once that information is out, we would love for everybody to support, share that information, and drive that traffic to the businesses here in the Northwest District. So, and we thank our businesses for participating and being courageous enough to work through the kinks and learn this process. But it is, again, a great opportunity to support our local businesses as well as help celebrate and share the tickets regarding the Preakness event.
Amen to that. And thank you.
All righty, Mr. Adams. You are currently, there we go. No, we still don't have your mic. I'm so sorry. Okay, well.
Want to introduce yourself, Tim? Maybe just
hand signals.
Try to log off, maybe come back.
Yeah, I see you on 2 devices.
Check your
here.
computer volume as well.
Another vendor is KT's Kitchen. He literally just called to say that there was an accident, but everybody is okay. So he won't be able to make the call. So we are grateful that everyone is well. But people will be able to purchase tickets from KT's Kitchen as well. Also, delicious fish sandwich. But they are closed on Tuesday. I want to make that
fresh
known.
juice.
And fresh juice. Oh my gosh. Yes. The mango, the pineapple ginger. Yes. The moss, the sea moss. Oh, so good.
Let's not forget those bean pies.
I mean,
World
right?
famous, right?
The bean pie, the sweet potato bean pie, the cream cheese bean pie, deliciousness. So KT's Kitchen will also be a vendor. They are closed on Tuesday. I'm saying that because one day I wanted a bean pie and it was on a Tuesday and I didn't know. So I'm telling all of you so your feelings don't get hurt. So we have Blue Caribbean, Certified Car Care, KT's Kitchen. There's one more that is escaping.
Is it at the bag as well?
At the bag, not this year.
Okay.
But there's another one, and I was trying to stall so Tim could get the mic situation. No. Okay, well, we tried.
We'll elevate Tim.
Yes.
Certified Car Care.
Certified Car Care.
Amazing partner. He does all the great work for our clean and green vehicles. Breon, I just learned that Breon is a customer. I am a personal customer of Certified Car Care. So great auto mechanic and great customer service. So kudos and thank you for all your support for us here in the Park Heights and Northwest communities.
That's wonderful. Yay!
CFYS band is certified care too.
It sounds like he can hear us.
Yes. We love you and we thank you. Look forward to it. We'll continue to drive people to your business as we all can attest to great business here in Northwest. Very honest, very thorough. Got my car up and running and shipped off to my son.
And not to overlook At the Bag because
yes.
You may not be able to get your Preakness tickets, but if you need anything printed, you can go to At the Bag. Tavon may not like this, but at the last minute, we needed some t-shirts and he was professional, hooked us up with no complaints. He may want y'all to give him a little more notice, but in a pinch, still call him. Don't hesitate because his work is extraordinary.
Do you want Tavon to just say hello and tell everyone about his business in case they do not know where you can get your special apparel here in Park Heights?
Hello, everyone. My name is Tavon Wilson, and I am the owner of At the Bag Customized Apparel. I also do any other marketing merchandise that you need, not just for your business, but also if you just want to create a brand, a clothing line, anything of the sort. My ultimate goal, well, you know, in business and as an entrepreneur, our goals sometimes change. My ultimate goal right now that I'm looking at is trying to get into maybe training some of the community into creating their own clothing lines, even if they just start with a t-shirt line. And so, you know, right now it's just a blessing. And Park Heights Renaissance and the partnership and the support that they have given to my business has just elevated me to great levels. Yes, and thank you again. That was me that said amen when you were talking about, you know, how doing the tickets for the Preakness was capable, and how I was able to bring new eyes to my business. So I experienced that and just want to make sure that, you know, kudos for that. Thank you so much for that type of partnership. It definitely led to networking with other businesses, other vendors and things like that of all over the city, not just through Park Heights, but all over the city. And then there were tickets that I was capable of giving away, and, you know, I was allowed to do like special sales. You know, anybody spend this amount of money, they were capable to get tickets. So that kind of promoted people and gave people a reason to come from Baltimore County to, you know, spend money to get tickets for the Preakness on the year that I did it. So sad that I'm missing it this year, but I will be there. I just, you know, I'm not going to have tickets this year. So again, kudos to
Well, we can wear a
Yolanda and
t-shirt
all of
that you make.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's not to, you know, we're talking about Preakness, but let's not sell ourselves short, because the Spider Fest is getting ready to be the next largest event in Baltimore City, if not just Park Heights. I'm going to speak that into existence as well. The Spider Fest is going to be the largest event happening annually in Park Heights. It's just bound to happen. But I speak that wholeheartedly because I want to support any and everything that happens right here in my great 1-5.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yes.
So the other business that I did not mention is CC Lounge. Is Curtis on the call? So Curtis Connor of CC Lounge gave me permission to promote that CC Lounge will also be a vendor of Preakness tickets. So that's KT's Kitchen, CC Lounge. We have Certified Car Care, who I think may have mic control now. Did we do it? Did we do it?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yay!
All right.
And
All
here
right, sorry about that.
all right, Certified Car Care. We've touted you. Now you can say one word about yourself.
Okay, real quick. I'm Tim Adams. I've been in business for 22 years, serving the community. Shout out to Yolanda. I admire her passion for the community. Such a nice person. We've been back there for a long time, behind the Forum Caterers next to the Empowerment Temple Church. I get people still that have been in the community that never know that we are back there. It's like once a month, somebody comes through and says, man, I never knew you guys were here. But we're back there, and I'll be selling those tickets for Preakness. And the information is in the chat, some of the stuff that I put in there. But, you know, come on down, and I'm open 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock to 5:30. I live there, so I'm always there. Give me a call if you need anything. Thanks for the opportunity.
Tim, aren't you also an inspection site?
Yes, we do Maryland State inspections, general repairs. Google me. I got a lot of good reviews.
Awesome. Certified Car Care. What is your address?
It's 5820 Oak Leaf Avenue. That's one word, like the leaf of an oak tree, 21215.
All right. And before we go into the announcements about the George Spider Anderson Festival, soon to be the largest festival in Park Heights, thank you, Tavon. I want to give a shout out to another business entrepreneur that we have in Park Heights, and that is Nargis Hyman. Nargis Hyman runs an organization called Be Spirit. She is also an author, and she will be having a book signing in none other than New York City. And I wanted to give her a shout
Nice.
accomplishment. And Nargis, if you are on the call, I see you. Give us a couple of words about how excited you are and where we can find your latest book.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Janelle, for your support. I actually started writing books about 20, no, maybe 30 years ago. My son was 1 year old and he's 30. So yes, I started writing books many, many years ago, and I'm on my 5th book. And I had my 5th book signing in October. Janelle came out to support me. Thank you so much, Janelle. And Emmanuel from Safe Streets as well from Park Heights. So I just want to say thank you for the shout out. And yes, I will be in New York, Harlem, New York,
Nice.
in a week and a half. And they asked me to come up to do a book signing. So I'm taking all 5 of my books. And I'm just grateful to God for the opportunity and to be a Park Heights girl going to Harlem, New York for a book signing. So I'm thankful and grateful.
Yeah. Make sure you post. We can
Yes.
follow, support in some way.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you so much. And I
What's the name of
appreciate
the
it.
book?
The books are Let It Flow, the first book. The second book is Have Faith. The third book is Reach Out for Your Dreams. The fourth book is a children's book called Grandma's Basement, talks about the spirit. And the latest book is Elevated by God's Grace, which are affirmations, acronyms, and motivations for your mind, spirit, and soul.
Nice.
Now, this is
Excellent.
a setup. Nargis,
Congratulations. Park Heights proud.
Nargis,
Thank
if I want to
you.
become an author, how can I do that?
Yes, I plan to do a writer's workshop and do a self-publishing workshop. I used to have a publishing company about 20 years ago, and I published many books in Baltimore City, County, and for schools. So people have asked me to start that company again. So I'm in the process of working with 3 authors now. And I would hopefully like to extend it to the Park Heights community because I'm sure we have some writers that always wanted to write a book. So I can work with Park Heights Renaissance with getting that up and running.
Sounds like a great opportunity for entrepreneur workshop in Park Heights.
Yes.
So as soon as you find that date, just let us know and we'll promote it.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we're going to segue. We have 2 things. So our next presenter is none other than Tameka Gray with the Park Heights Community Health Alliance. We also have a lot of announcements. So I wanted to give Ms. Gray an opportunity to decide if you'd like to present after the events announcements or prior to.
Prior to.
Okay, then
Yes,
prior to.
I am ready now.
to.
Prior to.
Let's get it. So I'm going to pull up your presentation if you wanted to start saying a few words. Oh, I like those glasses. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, they help me see.
And you can just say next while I pull it
Okay.
up. And I'm going to show my screen. Give me a few seconds.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. There are so many beautiful faces and amazing things happening in Park Heights. I'm so honored to be in the presence of you all. Thank you, Janelle, for welcoming me into this format. Thank you, Yolanda, for holding my hand and just helping me to know that my vision doesn't have to just be in my mind. It can actually be in front of me. And it's just been, since I've been in Park Heights this time around, it's just been amazing offering mindfulness services and watching the community grow. It's absolutely exciting. Due to the partnership with Park Heights Renaissance, I was able to bring in an assistant, and when we have our meeting, she's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this opportunity is here for me. So we're just so thankful and besides ourselves and filled with so much joy and thankfulness just to be able to work right in our purpose and to share with everyone. Be Spirit, I would love to work with you. We have a library in our facility, so having a writer's workshop there would be amazing. Yolanda mentioned an entrepreneurship workshop. We could add in some financial stuff there and bring in some mindfulness. I love that you have a book about mantras. So I would just just all over it. I want to see that we have a mindfulness conference coming up. We'll get into that. That's June 28th. And so, yes, Tavon, we will be needing t-shirts. I don't know if he's here. Oh, there you are. Yep. So we'll be in contact for that also. That's all I can think of right now. I made a lot of notes.
Tell people where you are.
Are you able to see my
Awesome.
screen?
Antonia, you want to tell people where you are, do your pitch a little bit?
Yes. So we are at 4151 Park Heights Avenue on the corner of Park Heights and Quantico. We have mindfulness activities happening on a weekly basis. You could come by Monday evenings at 6 p.m. for meditation. No movement required. Just come in, grab a blanket, and relax. We play the sound bowls. So that's all on Monday. Wednesdays, we go virtual. So you could join us from the comfort of your own home in a very restorative, what we call yin yoga. That's Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And then Saturdays, most of Saturdays at 10 a.m., we do sort of a comedic flow. And I say most Saturdays because we just started our trauma-informed yoga teacher training 200-hour certification program. So when we have that happening, we can't, teach the regular yoga class. So please, you could contact us at info@parkheightshealth.com. You'll see it in this presentation if you're interested in what we have happening and the things we have coming up. I will show you what we have coming up as we get through this slide deck. So for today, we are going to talk about health, wellness, and the power of mindfulness. I want us to discover the art of mindfulness and understand that we can take this practice with us wherever we go. All right, we can go to the next slide. Nice. For me, the most important thing is redefining what health and wellness is. All right, so true wellness equals physical plus emotional plus mental plus spiritual well-being. And it doesn't matter if you go to church or not, right? But there's something in you. There's something that helps you to move, something that motivates you, right? We want to look at the well-being of that. Make sure that you stay motivated and engaged in life. All right, so it's not just physical. So we look at those aspects. We want to emphasize collective healing, not just individual self-care, because sure, right, you could sit and take care of yourself in whatever way you feel, maybe get your nails done, right, get your hair cut and these things, and that's great for you. But when we come together collectively as a community, we can literally, move mountains. And I've seen this happen. So collective healing is so important. And then we want to, especially for us, we want to use culturally grounded language rooted in legacy, ancestral healing, sacred pause, and liberation exercises. So we don't only want to find peace, but we want to restore, right? What is in our DNA? We want to awaken that and live to our fullest potential. If we look back, even the Spider Festival coming up, it always inspires me because to think that this man, during that time in history, took time to train his horse to win the race says so much about resilience. It says so much about purpose. And that's what we need to focus on to
And he was
keep
only
moving.
18.
And he was only 18. How can you not be inspired by that? How can you, not want to elevate yourselves beyond, even where we currently are? We've come a long way and we can even go further through mindfulness. The next slide, please. So we're redefining health and wellness. It's not just, oh, I ate a salad, I should be good. We're looking at all aspects of yourself and your history. So this is other culturally grounded wellness language that when you come to our space, you'll hear us talk about. And again, we talk about legacy. The first one, wholeness over wellness. Okay, so again, we're looking at the whole person inside and out. We can go to the next slide. So let's take a look. Challenges that we face in our communities. We have generational trauma, chronic stress, which I'm sure you can relate to: burnout, anger, isolation, high blood pressure, anxiety, and depression. And you could go to the next slide. And we'll just list a few more areas, a few more pain points. So there's a lack of peaceful spaces for self-regulation practices. I didn't know that Touchpoint actually offered yoga classes. So I'm so glad that they are there. And that's another place that we can go to. There's also a stigma around mental health support, right? I'm good. Yeah, but you're lashing out at everybody, but you always have an attitude. No, I'm good. And we want to open up that conversation and not feel so guarded. And then also there's a perceived limited time and resources for self-care. But like I said in the beginning, mindfulness, you could practice that for at least 1 minute a day. And you could see how that can start to change the course of how your relationships go and how your life blooms. All right, we'll go to the next slide. All right, so what is mindfulness? What is this thing she keeps talking about? So it's simple, everyday practices. We practice breathing, we reflect, and we reconnect. A great way to reflect is to journal, but you don't have to do that. You could just sit on the side of your bed after a long day and just think, how did my day go? How did I show up? What do I want to change? What am I proud of, right? This is mindfulness. Mindfulness is rooted in African, Kemetic, and indigenous traditions. We talk about yoga, right? And we think about movement. But the truth is, our ancestors began yoga in a place of stillness. They did not move. It was more about connecting mentally. And lastly, it's not about perfection. It's about presence. The one thing that's very different about the mindfulness services that we offer, especially when it comes to yoga, we make it highly accessible, not only by having props, but offering, hey, you don't have to do this today. You could do it this way, if something is not feeling comfortable. I think there is a stigma, there is a sort of a wall that comes up when people hear the word yoga, like, oh, I can't fold myself into a pretzel. That's not for me, and it's not about being perfect, right, as what we see. It's about feeling how we feel within ourselves while we're moving the body. All right, we can go to the next slide. Yep, so not about perfection. So what can this mindfulness do for us? First and foremost, it can empower us to prioritize wellness and inner peace. Many times we go throughout our days and we think we're in our bodies, but we're actually disconnected from that feeling of being tired, overwhelmed, right? That burnout, that anxiety. And I know you can think of at least one instance where you heard that someone had a heart attack, but they didn't realize that is what was happening because we live outside of our bodies so much. So when we even just take one slow, deep breath, that helps us to reconnect. And that opens up so many possibilities for us. So also mindfulness reduces stress and enhances patience, not only patience with others, but patience with ourselves. It supports emotional regulation and clarity. It offers a path to healing, not just coping. It can also help to interrupt trauma cycles and restore peace. Many times our mind is on autopilot, right? And the thoughts come in so fast. We don't even realize that we're thinking that fast. But if we take that breath, we could break negative patterns that may be coming up that we're not even aware of. So powerful. All right, we can go to the next slide. All right, so this is how we address pain with practical tools. Tools to reclaim power are breath work and grounding. Wherever we go, no matter what we're doing, we always have our breath. We do. That is the way that we can ground ourselves, by bringing our awareness to the breath. Of course, we have movement, yoga. We really do ultimately need to stretch. A lot of times energy gets stuck in our body, stress gets stuck in different parts, the neck especially. And we just need to move it around, allow it to be released. And then, of course, there's meditation and stillness. During our meditation practice on Mondays, if you've never meditated before, if you come to that, you'll see that it's actually something that's not that difficult to do, and it's highly beneficial for you. And then, as I mentioned before, journaling and affirmations. So make sure you go and get the book from Be Spirit to get some affirmations into your practice. All right, we'll go to the next slide. Nice. So we have a group activity. I know I was supposed to start at 7, so I'm not sure that we have time for a group activity today. So just come to 4151 Park Heights Avenue, all right? All the classes are free or donation based. So we've removed all the barriers. Wednesdays, it's virtual. So please come through. Yes, Yolanda, you have a hand
I
raised.
just wanted to, I'm happy we had, a lot of good information shared tonight, but I'm also sad that we aren't able to do a session with you, because I'll tell you guys, one of the things I wanted to elevate also is as a part of the enough funding, we've been able to really start formalizing a community wellness and safety collaborative, with Tania being one of those leaders. We Rise is a program focused on youth, from a violence reduction and training opportunities. We Are Us, and Pastor Gaines and his nutrition program are our initial leadership partners who have been working diligently, storming and forming. As Tania just mentioned, she's been hiring staff, and the other programs are also working to expand and their services in Park Heights as a collective. And they're working very diligently to be prepared to invite other partners to that collaborative. So stay tuned for that as well. But every session that we've had, Tania has grounded us with a mindfulness activity, and we're always very like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I needed that so bad. So what I would like to offer is at the next meeting, if you could open us up, since you weren't able to do that tonight. Maybe if we could have you at the next meeting to open up our community meeting with an example of the mindfulness practices that some of us have really gotten to enjoy and benefit from.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That will be my pleasure. All right,
Excellent.
excellent. So we could go to the next slide. We're almost at the end here. Nice. So collective wellness matters. As we stated before, healing is a community strategy. When we are well, we support one another. We've survived so much. Now let's thrive together. Let's
Yes.
go to our next slide. Yes. All right, opportunities and resources. So here are some photos from the one with the group of people outside. That was our very first free yoga session on International Yoga Day. That was about 2 years ago. And the other photos are from our annual mindfulness conference. So we'll go to the next slide. And these will be events that we have coming up. Again, as I mentioned, these are our weekly programs, meditation, yin, and then yoga on Saturdays. But again, email or call us about the Saturdays that we're having. Our yoga teacher training will be, they'll be graduating in October. So after October, there'll be no interruption in our Saturday classes. Remember, they're free, they're trauma informed, right? So there are certain things that you're not going to see when you come to our space, because we want to be mindful, right, of the community that we are serving. And we have lots of opportunities for you to volunteer and or lead your own session there, or maybe we could co-create something. We're always looking, as Yolanda says, collaboration over competition every time. All right, we'll go to the next slide. So this is what we have coming up. This really came up out of the Enough grant. We've never had art at our place before. So this is coming up May 24th. You can come in and create art. So that is happening May 24th, 12 to 4. We can go to the next slide. This is our 3rd annual mindfulness conference. This is where we have, as you can see at the bottom, there's like 3 different sections. So we have 3 rooms of workshops, mindfulness activities happening consecutively throughout the day, and it's all free. We also will be serving food there. So come through, get a bite to eat, connect with community, and enjoy a mindfulness activity. If you're looking to maybe help us sponsor this, or you'd like to have a table set up, or maybe some vending, please, info@parkheightshealth.com. All right, and we'll go to the next slide. Yeah, that's also on the day of the Artscape. So maybe come there first and then head on over to Artscape. This is everything that we do and that we're looking to do. Through the Enough grant, we're going to add in a slumber sanctuary. Sometimes sleeping at home is a challenge. We get that, but sleep is so important. Sleep hygiene, top of the list. So we're going to offer you that space. And we also have drumming classes on some Saturdays. So info@parkheightshealth.com, please. And then we'll go to the next slide. Awesome. So this is your call to action. All right, are you ready? We want you to start with 1 mindful breath a day. If you can do 3, if you could set the timer on your phone for 1 minute, put it down and just breathe until the timer goes off, that's even better. But we're asking at least for 1 mindful breath a day. And then join us for a wellness session. Again, normalize those mental wellness conversations. Hey, are you okay? Right? Advocate for healing spaces in schools and neighborhoods. And again, send us an email, info@parkheightshealth.com, to stay up to date on the latest offerings and your wellness needs. We want you to feel confident and empowered every single day. Next slide, please. Healing is your birthright. And I want to remind you that you are a dream come true. You're it. You're right here. Oh, it gives me chills. And I think we have one more slide. Yes, connect with us. Can't stress it enough. 4151 Park Heights Avenue on the corner of Park Heights and Quantico, across the street from the Halal restaurant. Nice fish sandwiches there too.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for this time. I appreciate it.
First of all, can I say, I am so proud of you. I am just really filled with joy that we have really our own community wellness center right here in Park Heights. You talked about it when you first started, and you're like, oh, this little idea I have. I am so proud of you, and it is something that this community needs. I am just overjoyed with gratitude to you as well. You've taught me more than you think you know. Um, and I'm just excited to make sure that we all on this call take advantage of these programs, spread the word. Tania is still marketing herself, and I'll do a little pitch for her. Not only is she doing this, the work that she mentioned, she is also has a special passion to actually do this work with children as well. So you did mention that, but I just wanted to put that plug in. And we look forward to her not only doing the work that she explained, but looking at her as an education out of school time partner that is providing this service to the children and families here in the Park Heights communities and across Baltimore City. But of course, I'm going to plug Park Heights as a priority. So thank you again, and just looking forward to our next community meeting where you get us started off on a good foot with that breathing activities and all of the teachings that you can bring to us. So job well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Before you go, Tania, aka Tameka. So if you hear that interchange, same person. We're going to go over to Tawanda Rec in a sec, and that may be a huge space where we can do a large mindfulness workshop. But can you demonstrate taking that 1 mindful breath?
Yes, I'd love to. Thank you for that opportunity. So when you go to take this 1 mindful breath, it's good to have your feet flat against the earth. So if you're standing, right, have them flat against the earth, no crossing the legs. If you're sitting down in a chair, feet flat against the earth. If you're sitting on the floor, then, you could Have your legs straight out, right? Or you could cross them as much as possible, creating that crisscross applesauce, Indian style, whatever name they want to attach to that. So that's most important. And then from there, you want to relax the shoulders back and down. Keep your palms face down. Relax your beautiful face. Maybe close your eyes or just find a soft gaze towards the earth. And then when you're ready, you're going to slowly inhale through the nose, nice and slow as possible. Feel like the air is going into your belly, not the chest. Hold it for maybe 2 seconds if you can. And then slowly exhale through the nose and feel your belly compressing. Now, if you're warm or hot while you're doing this, exhale through the mouth. All right? But that's the basics. That gets you into your 1 breath a day. That means you have met the call to action. Thank you, Janelle, for allowing me to explain that.
We achieved it, y'all. We did it. All righty. So we have one question from Miss Tabitha Lynette, and then we'll go to you, Miss Phil. You are on mute, Miss Lynette. She says she's trying to get off. Okay.
You got it.
Take a deep breath.
You should be down in your corner, the left-hand corner. Maybe you need to expand your screen.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you. This is a question in reference to if you have like residents, community people who live in the community who are trying to get their business up and running, and they're looking for grants that they're trying to do themselves. What is a resource or a good contact person that I could pass forward to those particular that particular field or
I will
demographic?
put my information in the chat and you can reach out to me because that question has a lot of follow-up questions
Okay.
to determine like what is the need. So I'm going to put it right now so you'll see it as one of the last things in the chat. And if
Okay.
you can email or call me, I'll talk to you first, and then I'll connect you with some of the resources that we have and then the partners have.
Is it okay if I can pass this particular information you're posting to the particular resident so they can get in touch with you because they will have all the information that you need that's required before
Absolutely.
you go on?
Absolutely. It's in the chat right now, janellejm@phrmd.org.
Okay, thank you so very much.
You are very welcome. And now we will go over to the newest director for the Towanda Rec, Miss Philanese Smith Brickus.
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
good
yes.
afternoon. Well, good evening.
Good evening. I'm super excited sitting right here. I'm sitting right next to my other full-time Miss Destiny. I wanted her to also get a feel for who's in our community. I had so many ideas when everybody was talking how this rec center can be one of y'all hubs as well.
Yes, we
now
love that out the gate before you even say anything. That is the notion.
No, the teens were like speaking to me and stuff, but I'm listening like, oh, I got the barbershop, mindfulness. I want you to come and work with my after school kids. Like I'm thinking so many thoughts right now. I already just told Miss Tarina I would love to have community meetings here, and then you can see my space and what we can do. So I am the newly appointed director here at Towanda Rec Center, 4100 Towanda Avenue. I put it all in the chat, my cell phone number, the number here to Towanda, my email address, and the website address for Baltimore City Recreation and Parks. Right now we have basketball. For the community, we do basketball on Monday nights and Friday nights. I have some of my teens involved in laser tags. We have a modeling group that we're getting started. We do offer a free after-school program. We will be offering a very low-cost summer camp. It's only $75 for 8 weeks. If you ever seen the rec center on 4100 Towanda Avenue, we are getting our pool renovated and it will be open this summer. They are releveling the football field, and I'm hearing it's going to have turf. They are putting a playground right there. The rec center, I feel like, is a good hub for people who might want to just come have a program here, have a community meeting here. I do have a pool table. I have a ping pong table. I do have a STEM room, and it has 3D printing. And we do have STEM classes here on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That's all free. And I would love to partner and just branch out with the people in this community where we could show the kids, because I talked to Mr. Rena yesterday, and the kids need exposure and experience to things. I'm not experiencing everything, so I really would like to connect with a lot of you guys. And I put all of my information in the chat so you can reach me. And I did save the chat, like I saw somebody else wrote. So I'm gonna contact some of you myself. I would love if you guys come out and use the space. To use the rec center is free. You don't have to even be a Baltimore City resident. We just use the demographic because it helps to show who's using the center. We do have a basketball gym here. And like I said, I have a multi-purpose room where multiple things can happen in that room. And we do have a small kitchen here. It does not have a stove, but we have a refrigerator and a warmer. And a what? Oh, and we have fitness equipment. I apologize. And we have fitness equipment. So if you want to come and use the treadmill, that's free. We have bikes. We have a couple of press machines and for your legs, and free weights.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wanda is showing off. I love it. Yes.
That's awesome. Anything else you'd like to add, Miss Phil, or let the people know? Would you prefer Phil or Miss
The
Phil?
hours, if you look online, I'm not in charge of the Google website, but our hours are Monday through Friday, 1 to 9. We are closed this Friday for Good Friday. And on Saturdays, we're only open from 10 to 2. And we do 50 and over basketball on Saturdays, and the fitness equipment is open on Saturdays. But everything else geared toward the kids in the community is Monday through Friday, 1 to 9.
Do you provide icy hot for the 50 and older?
Actually bring it, but I can put that request in. I do have a whole box of ice packs though. I ordered those for sure. And I have a lot of first aid kits.
And Miss Phil will be at our festival this year, promoting all the great rec and parks opportunities, not just for her center, but also the aquatic center as
for Callow Hill.
PC Jackson, just so that folks that are attending can get a better idea of some of the recreational opportunities in the community.
Yep.
Thank you, Miss Phil.
Thank you, guys.
You also mentioned something very important. You saved the chat. I highly recommend that for all those on the call.
I did.
Save the chat. This meeting is being recorded, as I said. However, I'm not sure if the chat will be captured. So save the chat now. This is a wealth of information. And I'll segue right now into something that's happening.
There was one question I wanted to make sure you saw, Jeanette.
Sure.
Someone asked if you have pickleball.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, that's a good question.
So currently, hey, I do not have pickleball, but K Hill, not too far from us, does have pickleball. And I do have flyers about a pickleball tournament that's coming up. But if you want that here, I just need the community to tell me, and they will give me the equipment so we can have that here.
All right.
I'm looking for more adult suited programming, but I just need that demographic. So if you get a team together, I'll get it here. That's not an issue.
What do you need to justify? Do you need a certain
number of signatures
for your justification?
So if I say I want to start pickleball, they'll let me get the equipment. I would need you guys to show up. That's what I would need, because that's what the city uses to justify why they spent the money on whatever we might ask for as a rec center. So I would need the numbers. That's what I would need in return. I could justify why I'm buying it once I have a program up and running and consistent, when I have attendance, because the rec centers are free.
Well, I'm going to charge Miss Tanwa Suma.
I was
reaching out to you. I'm going to encourage Miss Tanwa Suma to reach out to you to get those numbers. And Betsy Gardner had a great suggestion of offering pickleball classes. So they, research the interest and then get together and get those numbers. I love it.
Yes, please. And they'll come here. You can have it.
All right. You've already got Breon saying that the community leadership has you. So We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna dip in the pool. Are y'all ready? Oh, cool. Okay, so for Saturday, Safe Streets is having a put down the guns, pick up the eggs event at Tawanda Rec. So that's going to be happening on Saturday, and it's going to start at 1 o'clock. It's going from 1 to 4. Also on Saturday, there is Take Pride in Park Heights cleanup on the other side of Park Heights Avenue. They're going to meet at the Park Heights Academy playground. That starts at 10 a.m. and is going to go from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This information is also in the chat, but I just wanted to make these highlights because they're fast approaching. So both of those events are on Saturday, as well as preview day at Preakness. The very first message in the chat is a link to all the things happening Preakness week. Preview day is one of them. That is also happening on Saturday. Next Wednesday, We Our Us is having a great program where they are offering job fair, expungements on site, and interviewing for persons who are returning to the community and others as well. That's going to take place at Langston Hughes on next Wednesday. That information is in the chat. And then the highlight that we're all excited about is the May 10th, 4th annual, created by Yolanda Jiggets, George Spider Anderson Festival.
And Michael Johnson. It was our brainchild collectively.
Okay, Michael Johnson. Well, where is he? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So this festival has grown. When I first engaged with PHR in 2023, the spot where the terraces, apartments are being built is where I enjoyed the festival. Now, let everybody know this year we are closing the road. The festival is growing. Just as Tavon said, the festival is growing and we are closing the road from Cold Spring up to Belvedere. The road will be closed to large traffic and then at a certain point, all traffic. So mark the date, Saturday, May 10th, the day before Mother's Day, is the 4th annual George Spider Anderson Festival, and it's the kickoff to the 150th Preakness Stakes. So we're very excited about that. Put my name in the chat again, my email address. We need volunteers. So please email me if you would like to volunteer, and I will send you the link for the volunteer sign up because it has the duties of all the various positions that are available. And it looks like we're about to see, there we go. All right, look at that. Look at that. So y'all were going to come to the festival, but look who is in the lineup. Who knows Dougie Fresh? What? Is that our generation? Oh, MC Light. Yay.
MC Light.
Natalie Phillips.
Yes, local talent.
It's going to be hosted by April Watts. This festival is going to be amazing. There are going to be lots of vendors. If you go to the website, you can still go to the Spider Anderson link and you can still sign up to be a vendor. We are encouraging those who are interested in that, whether it's a community association or a vendor to sell items. Those spots are filling up very, very fast. Don't tell your friend who works at PHR, sign up on the vendor list yourself so you are locked in. It is free for those who are in the master plan, and there is a fee for those who are out the master plan. So check that out. May 10th from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. We are going to shut down Park Heights between Cold Spring and Belvedere, and we are going to have a blast. There's going to be a separate stage for the kids, and then there's going to be a stage for the adults, like right across the street from each other. We're going to bring back the ponies. They're going to have their own entertainment. It's going to be wonderful. So we're very excited. Tell all your friends and get them ready now because we have no idea where all of the cars are going to fit. So please carpool, consider taking an Uber. You will have to walk down from a certain point because again, the roads will be closed. So this is a great opportunity for you to carpool, to Uber, and just know that security is going to be widespread and we are inviting the entire community, the city, the state, to come on out and have a blast.
And bring your lawn chairs.
Thank you. Yes, please, 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 please bring your lawn chair, because if you party with us for the 8 hours, and then if we go over, after, encore, you're gonna want to sit down at some point, right? We're gonna have food vendors, we're gonna have lots of entertainment, and then most importantly, we're gonna have you. So please come and celebrate. We're gonna send out more information on this, but I wanted just to make sure that we mention it today because of the fact that we're going to be closing the road from Cold Spring to Belvedere. And that's going to affect a lot of businesses, and people may not think about it now, but May 10th, the day before Mother's Day, actually the road closure. Tarina, what time will the road closure start on Friday? It's Friday evening, right?
Yes, we should expect the closure to begin somewhere between 8 and 10 p.m.
Okay.
on Friday night, the 9th, and the road will reopen on Saturday at approximately 8 p.m., 9 p.m. It'll be later in that evening once everything is removed from the roadway, as our huge stage will be in the middle of Park Heights for all to see and hear. So it's a minor inconvenience for a very major impact in the community, for the community. So we encourage everyone to come and bring those lawn chairs and have a great time.
Yes. Yolanda, you had a question?
I just wanted to add that while the festival kickoff starts at 1 p.m., you might as well look at it as an event that's happening from 11 to 6, because at 11 to 1 p.m. will also be the grand opening of the terraces, which Janelle spoke of earlier, which is the newest senior housing building on Park Heights. There will be the art unveiling that morning. The governor, the mayor, and lots of guests first ladies with an S, will be there in attendance as well. So that will be a great way to start the day. And every year that we've had this festival, we've also had a corresponding groundbreaking or grand opening within that 2-week period. So we're excited to see that happening again this year. Really signifies the economic growth that's happening in Park Heights. And then a few months later, this summer, as our Councilwoman Middleton alluded to, will also be the groundbreaking for the library in late summer. So just wanted to elevate all of those activities. We are definitely proud to be the kickoff event for Preakness Festival 150. So please also check out the Preakness 150 Festival website. They have activities that are going on all across the state. But again, our festival will be that kickoff event for week-long activities leading up to the Preakness. So we are very excited. Please share. Again, this is not just a festival for us, but we hope to make this a staple, just like Artscape has become a staple, and the Greek Festival and all of those festivals that we know and love all across the city. We plan and we are making progress every year that this is a economic development strategy that drives people to our community every year. And when they think about the Preakness, they also think about, oh, I got to come to the festival first to get us excited and ready for the Preakness. So again, this is something that is rebranding our community and driving new potential residents. So residents who live here, work here, play here, worship, please share with your friends, family, and networks, as well as we continue to grow this big event.
That is awesome. And we had about 200 people, maybe a few more, participate in creating mosaic tiles. So if you were one of those people who created the mosaic tile, your tile will be featured on that statue Yolanda mentioned. So at 11 a.m., May 10th, there is going to be an unveiling, and see if you can find your tile on the sculpture. We can't tell you what it is, but it is going to be magnificent. All righty. Up there's the chat has created its own notes, which is pretty impressive. I'm looking at the chat. If you save the chat, it's already dictated the things that we've spoken about, and AI is in full effect. All righty. All right. Are there any other announcements? Oh, Breon. Breon has his hand raised.
Hello, everyone. Just wanted to ask a question about the upcoming festival. I know that it takes a number of people to actually run it from the logistics standpoint. So if we are interested in volunteering, who can we reach out to and show our support by volunteerism?
Thank you so much for bringing that up. If you would like to volunteer, please email me and I will send you the link. We have gotten fancy. We have a volunteer link that gives the description for the positions. But before we send you the link, we'd like to get a sense of what it is that you would be able to do. And we also are interested in those folks who say, just use me however you want to use me. I'll for people to view it as an opportunity to attend the festival and also volunteer your time and talents, right? So if you volunteer for an hour or two, you can also partake in the festival. So I'm putting my name again and email in the chat, and I will send you the link for the volunteer sign up. And you can let me know in your email. Did I do that right? Janelle JM at PHR. Yep. It says volunteer, Janelle JM at phrmd.org. And give me a sense of what it is that you like to do, because that may not be one of the things listed on the volunteer link. So I don't want anyone to exclude themselves, because if you want to volunteer, we can absolutely find a place for you. Just FYI, those on this call, Breon has signed up for, I think, at least 5 or 6 different slots. So he is putting his talents where his questions are. So be like Breon.
But make sure that you stagger your time and you still factor in time to enjoy the festival as well. That's what Breon also did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Get it in, volunteer. Get it in, volunteer. Any other questions before we conclude? We've had a jam-packed meeting.
So
Our next,
Janelle, just wanted to mention one last plug for the festival. The website is fighterAndersonFest.com. So any information about the festival can be found on that webpage. Any
Is that
updates
in the
to get
chat
involved?
too?
I was gonna say, Tarina, can you type that in the chat?
Absolutely.
Full
Absolutely.
disclosure,
But
I missed, and it ended up with some weird thing on my computer screen. So that's why I want you to put it in the chat.
got it.
Or you can access it through the PHR website, but make sure you type it in exactly. For some reason, the words are connected to something, and I thought IT was going to have a fit. So
Right now, let's the public meeting. I see you just put that in the chat. The public meeting, there is
they
currently
don't know
public
yet,
meeting
Yolanda.
scheduled for May 1st, but
There's something that was just put in the chat, but there is a correction. Go ahead, Yolanda.
we do not know the rescheduled date, but our legislators are working on getting some additional information. So there will be a rescheduled date. If you have signed up for May 1st, please note that that date will most likely be rescheduled. And as soon as we get that information, we will make sure that the updated information is sent out.
Is Ms. Wiseman on the call?
Yes. Thanks, Yolanda. I also wanted to add the Pimlico Community Advisory Board, which is made up representatives from our community leaders and other stakeholders, has released a website that you can go to. Tarina, did you drop that in the chat? And that website will be a go-to for information about everything leading up to the redevelopment of the racetrack. Thank you.
So again, the meeting for May 1st is going to be rescheduled. So full final decision, it is definitely not happening. This is a question. It's definitely not happening May 1st.
It's 90% that it's not going to happen. So as I make that correction, thank you, Janelle.
Okay.
It's most likely going to be rescheduled, but as soon as confirmation is confirmed, we will either re-promote it, or we will make sure that we help distribute the new date. So just stay tuned, please. But just wanted to give that a heads up because it most likely will be rescheduled, but not confirmed 100% yet.
Correct. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. And
And
just
that link is now in the chat, Janelle.
thank you. I see that. PCAB Home hyphen the Pimlico Community Advisory Board. You can click on that for continuous updates. And I got it from a good source, Bishop Randall, that there was such strong interest that they had even added a virtual component. So the meeting is not being rescheduled due to lack of interest, possibly because of extra interest. So we all
we'll
want to
be
know what's
looking
happening.
for a much larger venue on the new date.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yep. All righty. Well, I think that concludes our April 2025 PHR community meeting. Thank you all for staying with us. The next meeting will be Wednesday, May 21st. Very soon we will have hybrid meetings, so in person at Tawandarek and other places, as well as online. So stay tuned for that. And before I close out, are there any final questions, announcements that anyone would like to make?
I just want to put a note out about our next community meeting. We've gotten a lot of feedback, particularly from our faith-based community, that Wednesday nights present a challenge, and I made a commitment for us to do a deeper dive to reassess whether or not we can move our community meetings to Tuesday or Thursday. So can you guys put that on the list of trying to figure that out, because it's several groups that have a conflict on the Wednesday that have expressed a desire to attend the meetings, and since it's such a large number of people, I would ask that we consider how to select a better day and market that and make sure that people are aware of the change once made.
Perfect. So you heard it here, folks. You heard it first. We may be changing the day of the week that we have our meeting, but we'll be sure to give you lots of notice when that does happen. So be prepared to come on a new night, and then we'll have, I don't know, potentially a couple of hundred folks on the call, because this one was pretty well attended. So we're excited. That's a great idea. All right. I see Larry Mack put his information. I'm not going to I'm not going to end the meeting for those who want to go through the chat. So feel free. We will call it to a close. All right. Going once, going twice.
Have a
All
good
right.
night, everybody. This was a great meeting. Thank you for all the great information and inspiration. Really appreciated tonight's information.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Copy the chat. Save the chat.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
I love when Curtis says that. Hello, everybody. Good night, everybody. Hi, Miss Spence. Good to see you. All righty.
So how do we chat?
Pardon me?
How do we save the chat?
That's a very good question. I don't know. So listen, if you pop it out, let's see if we can do it right now.
Oh, okay, I figured it out. Those three little dots in the upper right-hand corner, click on that and it'll say save chat.
Thank
I
you.
saved it, but I don't know where I saved it to.
Well, it may show up somewhere on your computer.
I figured out it should be somewhere. But see those three little dots in the upper right-hand corner? Click on that. It'll
Right
say
next
save
to-
chat.
It says Park Heights Renaissance Community Meeting and then three little dots.
And it'll say click on that, it'll say save chat. So I just have to figure out where I saved it to.
And then you can also scroll through and do a snippet or do a copy of that you want as well. I'm intentionally holding on to it. So I'm waiting for you all to let me know when you have what you need before I close it out.
Okay, I saved it, so I'm gonna trust I'll be able to find it.
And you also have the duty to find those pickleball players to let Miss Bill know.
I was playing pickleball at the Resource Center in Randallstown, but I was like the only one from Baltimore City.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll have to share with some other people. I'll send it out in the community and see if anybody's interested.
Are you able to teach it?
Am I what?
Are you able to teach it? Because people may not know, but if they're taught, they may become interested.
Oh no, I'm not. I haven't been for a while, so I'm not good enough to teach. But maybe I'll start going back again and see.
Yeah.
Now I do know the people who are teaching. One of them is the senior. He's a senior Olympics pickleball champion.
Wow. Sounds like we need that person.
We do. We need him. I'll ask him. I have his contact. and then the other person is from a church in Randallstown, and we went to high school together. So I know how to contact the leaders and let them know that we like to start pickleball in Baltimore City, and they are just so committed. I'm thinking they'll help.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Brendan, did you have a comment?
I was saying they do pickleball at my YMCA. I can tell a lot of people.
Yeah, if they want pickleball, they need to reach out to the Tawanda Rec.
Yeah, I was there yesterday. That's a great center.
At Tawanda?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't been there for many, 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 many years. But the group that I play with are seniors. I'm 74.
Awesome.
So I need to get somebody in my age group as well as the young people who play with each other.
Well, you sound pretty active. So you might want to just find people on your active level. Just because they're young doesn't mean they're
I'm not
fit.
the level of a young person. I'm a senior citizen, but I am an active senior.
Yes. I'm saying not every 74-year-old can keep up with you is my point. So you might have to play with the 50-year-olds.
I'll see. But I would like to resume playing again. I bought pickleball rackets the other day.
Okay.
So anybody who's interested, Dollar Tree has them for $5. Well, Dollar Tree is not Dollar Tree anymore.
It is
but
not.
In the $5 section, they have pickleball, and they look good and sturdy like the ones I've been playing with in Randallstown.
Oh, that's good advice. Thank you so much.
So okay, but I'll start looking into that because I bought two for the girlfriend of mine. We used to go together. See, she lives in that area. She lives on Old Court Road.
Okay.
So, but I can get her to come into the city.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Now we just have to figure out where we save this chat. I see Barbara's iPad. Are you good with the chat, Barbara's iPad? Barbara's iPad may have forgotten that they're on.
She's on mute.
Okay. All righty. Well, Miss Suma, have you gotten everything you wanted out of the chat? I'm going to close.
I saved the chat, so I'm going to go and I'm going to save it one more time in case for the additional things that were added. So I'm going to find it. And if I can't find it, I have nieces and nephews. They'll come find it for me.
Listen, I just clicked on it. It says chat saved, show in folder. Try that while we're on it's in my OneDrive. So if you click on save the chat.
I saved the chat.
Bottom, look at the little green thing. It says chat saved, show in folder. Click on the show in folder and that'll show you where it is.
Okay, I see the folder.
And you just have to, okay, that's where it is.
Okay, I'm in the folder.
Look to your left and it'll tell you what that is. Is it the OneDrive or where?
Okay, I don't see it so far. I see documents.
So in mine, it says it's in the OneDrive. That's at the top.
Okay, I don't know whether I'm using my OneDrive. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm looking for something for the date. Oh, I see. What's today's date?
Today is April 16th.
Oh no, this says saved on the 14th. That's not it. Okay, I'll find it. I'll keep scanning until I find it.
Well, now I know it works. I see it. So
Okay.
keep looking, look at quick access for something that was saved, today around 8:19 or 8, whatever time it is.
Okay, I'll keep looking until I find it.
All right. Well, I'll look forward to the pickleball at Tawanda Rec.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Have a beautiful evening.
We met on the trip to Annapolis.
You were on the bus?
Yes. I was a few seats behind you.
Okay.
Oh, and you know what? I have something else that I was going to contact you anyway. I was contacted by a contractor, Tamara Thomas.
Yes, she works with PHR.
Okay, so I've been calling her and her number's disconnected.
That's odd. So
I was going to call you about that.
Hold on 1 second. I had to turn on the light. It started to get weird. I was like,
okay, I know I had to turn mine on too.
I look weird in the dark. Okay, Miss Suma, let me do this. Let me get your contact information and I will make sure I send that over to Tamara because I don't know what capacity she reached out, if it was on behalf of PHR or as an independent business transaction.
She said it was on behalf of Park Heights Renaissance.
Oh, then okay, perfect.
So the number that I have for her, because she's gotten back to me for additional information. She came out, she did a walkthrough in my house, and then
did you sign up for home repair assistance?
Yes.
Ah, okay. All right. So
and the number I've been contacting her on 443-571-6848.
That's the one.
And now when I call
No. Did you say 6848?
6848. That's wrong.
Yeah.
What is it?
It is. We may have solved the mystery already. So Tamara's number is.
I thought I called her on that number. Okay.
What number do you have again?
443.
Okay.
571. 6848.
It is 6484.
6484.
443-571-6484.
Okay, so maybe I was dyslexic that day.
It happens to the best of us.
All right, I'm gonna call her right now, even though it's late, because I've been trying to get her.
Be like, well, her work number, so she'll either answer it or it'll go to voicemail. But I will call her right now.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I'm glad I remembered to ask you that because I had you on my list of people to call because I've called her several times.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, have a beautiful rest of your evening and a wonderful weekend.
I will. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome. Bye, Barbara iPad. I'm ending the meeting.
Okay.
They're still on mute. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.